Welcome back. Until the Gems, my name is Malcolm Alexander.
And I'm your boy, Ryan Hale.
Touching down on the topics that we just haven't had the chance to get, to dissect, if you will.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
We got to start out with Tulsa mega church pastor. He's not a pastor. He's a pasta. He ended with an A. It looked like pasta, but he said like
so
pasta.
Stupid. He does not end it with an A.
Mike
Talk
Todd.
about my guy like that.
Mike Todd. Good talk to Mike Todd. By now, y'all have seen the video. Y'all have seen it. Y'all know what the hell this is. He taking a book out of Mark, okay, and I just don't think it's hitting. Hell,
You stupid.
as the resident evangelical.
You are a true fool.
As the resident evangelical of the podcast.
First on the resident sports agency.
The resident sports authority. You know, I was trying to look for authority, and agency came out. I did have the words. Okay, you are a resident sports authority, and you're also the resident. You got some work. You wear many titles here. As a resident evangelical, can you throw cap on this, please? Like, why? Why, hell? Tell me why.
I can't say why, but I will say what he's already said, because he did a video, obviously, after the outcry or whatnot, the outrage of people on, social media, that he watched it back, and only thing I can say is what he said. Like, it was disgusting. I can't lie. Was it biblical? Yes. What he was talking about is 100% on the money, like the sermons that I've watched from him has. So I can't say that it's not biblically based, but
no,
sometimes,
it's
like he said,
biblically based.
Yeah, but sometimes, like he said, sometimes you try to make the scriptures come too alive. Like he could have used a different example, and I think hindsight is 20/20 because he knows that now. There was probably a better way to do that.
Probably.
No, there was a better way to do it. There was a better way to do that. It was his brother, so I mean, it would have been different. Like, it would have been different if it was just like a member or a volunteer. So that would have just made it worse, in my opinion. In my opinion, it would have made it worse. But it was his blood brother. Like, that's your brother.
No, like,
I'm not saying I would have done it.
Hey, guess who wouldn't be ranking their Thanksgiving foods at my house?
So
if my brother would have spit in his hand and smeared it in my face.
But we're acting like, well, not. Let's not act like the brother didn't know ahead of time. And I'm not saying it wasn't disgusting, because it was disgusting. But the brother obviously knew about it ahead of time. He was obviously willing to do it, and it probably wasn't the best. It wasn't the best example or best way to go about it, because it distracted people more than it led people to understanding the meaning that he was trying to make. I'll say that. My only issue is I think people are killing this man for a mistake. They're killing this man like he cheated on his wife and his family. Like, he went out here and shot up a church himself. Like, chill. And that's my problem with the cancel culture, which is sadly led by mostly black people. We like to kill we like to kill our own, and that's one of my issues. So now we hold somebody on such a pedestal, being a pastor, and that's a whole different conversation for a different day. But we held him on a pedestal because of his messages and all the things that he's done and how big he is on social media. And now he made a mistake, and now we want to kill him. That's crazy to me. But go ahead.
Anyone's killing him. I think that he is getting rightful dragging. He's getting dragged, and that's all it is. And I quite frankly think he's getting dragged, and I think he deserves it. Like, it was out of
I guess
pocket.
that's where we disagree. Go ahead.
I genuinely think he's getting dragged, and I think he deserves it. Not just for even that, but there's been even other sermons that, again, and I'll leave it to Twitter to dig up the receipts, baby, of just sermons where, again, it's just cap. I think we're taking the Bible a little too literal. Like, and that's just what it is. There's incredible word in there. I'm not saying that the word ain't right, but I'm saying to illustrate it, you aren't Jesus, nigga. Like, so the illustration is better told than expressed. Or the fact, bruh, water to wine and y'all use grapefruit, y'all make the skin a little piece of a loaf of bread. Clearly, you can show in imagination. So I understand the word of like how yes, what God has for you ain't always gonna be pretty, but I think it puts you to illustrate something like that. It puts you on a pedestal to feel like Jesus, and I think that's also the problem with a lot of mega
totally
church.
Disagree with that.
That's a lot of mega church leaders. That's where they get to.
No, I disagree with that completely. To do an example based off of talking about Jesus in the scripture, if you do an example talking as Jesus or what you think Jesus would have done or taking it word for word in the scripture, does not make you believe that you're Jesus. That's not right. He's not thinking that he's Jesus. He's not trying to put himself on a pedestal acting as Jesus. He was doing an example like thousands of pastors, mega or not, do. You're making an example, using an example to show what Jesus was doing at that time. That's not a problem. You're not putting yourself up there with Jesus.
And when he did
that's not what he's doing.
Could see after that. You just did it.
Exactly. That was the example in the scripture. That is not
scripture.
Obviously physically we knew that wasn't about to happen. But to say that he was doing that act and that's if he was Jesus is just totally left field and wrong.
But then
that's totally wrong.
Why
That's
else
totally
would
not
you
what he's doing.
Do it? Why would you just to illustrate it? It doesn't. It's if all you're saying is simply to illustrate it, you gotta I'm sorry, you gotta sell.
Listen,
it to me
I'm not defending this example because I said,
you are.
it was disgusting. No, I'm not. Hear me out. I'm not defending this specific example because it was disgusting, like I said. What I'm defending is, or what I'm disagreeing with you on, is that to do an example acting as if Jesus, because there's multiple other examples that we see in the scriptures of Jesus that he could have done examples on. You just brought up the water to wine. You could have did an example with, water and food coloring and all that good stuff. That doesn't mean I'm acting like Jesus if I'm doing that. So if you're doing an example or illustration, it doesn't make you putting on yourself on a pedestal for Jesus.
What I said was, nigga, you are not Jesus.
Exactly. But he knows that. What's the point of you saying that?
But there's an ego attached to it for you to
oh my gosh. No, there's an ego that people place on him. If you watch his messages and if you read his books and things like that, there has never been, for somebody who has watched and read a lot of his work, there's never been a time where I thought this man was putting himself on a pedestal acting as Jesus or talking as Jesus. That's not true. I'm not gonna blast him and say that. That's just not true. That's my no filter on that.
A lot of people would disagree. It's just what
that's fine. But those people would have to go back and give me some examples, and I would love to discuss that with them, because if you just want to pick apart something and saying, oh, he thinks he's Jesus here, that's just stupid to me.
I don't think it's. I'm saying the illustration puts you in a place where you're putting yourself in that space. I think that's just what it is. It's just like, because I think again only Jesus can do what are the things in the Bible. So it's like I understand the illustration, but it's like, is it not the word that we're supposed to be studying? Like I didn't need the fanfare. I didn't need the show to prove the point,
bro.
And clearly,
if it was only the word,
because no one got the point.
Oh, absolutely. But if it was only the word that we would be studying, there would be no point for people to watch church. We could just listen. We could just listen along and read. That's why people watch church. That's why there's such a big online following for a transformation church or a big church like that, so that people can see them present the word and display it. It's not just for you to read along. If it was just reading along, what would be the point for having cameras and stuff? What would be the point for that? Just to look at their faces? That's not the reason. That's not the purpose for somebody pastoring or doing illustrations in church. That's not the reason behind it. And it's not to be Jesus Christ himself either. Clearly. Now, I guess I do sound like the resident evangelical man.
You do.
I guess he put that hat on me, and I carried the mantle.
Just, sit here, defend it. I
didn't defend that. I'm just defending illustrations, and I understood what he was trying to do, but it wasn't the right approach. That's all.
You defended that one. We gonna let you have it.
Maybe I defended it. I could have defended worse things, so I'll take that.
You defended. We see the side of the aisle that you play on, but you're the resident evangelical. I knew it was going to be a good one. Okay, we thank you. I'm the leader eagle, and you're the resident evangelical. We're just here providing the good content for the people.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching.
Make sure that you do all the YouTube things. Make sure to like it. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the notifications too, so that way you can always keep up with us whenever we drop a new video. Thanks so much.